What's up, guys? So in this video, me and Emily will be practicing for the upcoming hunting season by shooting some skeet, and then Emily's going to be going over some basic gun safety. So let's get into it.
Over some basic shotgun things that you should know if you're gonna be a first time duck hunter, just like Laken's gonna be this year. Well, this is my 12 gauge. I've had it since I was probably about 11 years old. So the way you can tell it's a 12 gauge, it's just gonna have it written right there on the barrel. You obviously don't want to put a 20 gauge or 16 gauge or anything like that. A 12 gauge shotgun. Alright, right next to it, it should tell you what size shell that you can actually put into this gun. So it's going to be 2 3/4 and 3" that this gun can take. A lot of shotguns can only do 2 3/4. Alright, we're doing some skeet shooting today just for practice, and this is what we're using for our skeet shooting. State, it's pretty cheap at Academy, about $10 a box. 12 gauge, 2 3/4", which my gun can take, is the ounce, and this is the size shot. So the bigger the number, the more BBs and smaller BBs that are in this shell. So a lot of times we'll shoot with either a 4-shot or 6-shot for ducks, depending on if it's teal season or big duck season, and that's going to be less pellets but bigger size, if that makes sense. All right, so next let's do a little safety. All right, so this is your basic safety right here. Some of them are going to be located right here. Mine's right here, so if you can see this, you don't see any red. All right, that means it's safe. Flop it over, you see red, that means it's unsafe. Red, fire. All right, so every time you always treat a gun like it's loaded. No matter if you just unloaded or your buddy just unloaded or someone just handed it to you, always want to treat a gun like it's loaded. So that means trigger discipline. You never want to just have your finger on the trigger. You want to either hold it to the side or back behind it or off of it completely. You always want to check your gun, whether it's a rifle or shotgun. This, you just pull back, okay? Always want to make sure you know where your barrel's pointed. Alright? You don't want them to point at anything or anyone. Okay? You always want to look up your barrel. You want to make sure you don't see this. Alright? And you want to look down. And to look down, you can either look through or you can open this, and you want to make sure you see orange or black, something that does not look like a bullet. Because you can do this sometimes and it won't load, it won't feed. But it could still have ammo in it. Alright? Okay. So when you're done with that, is you can either slowly release it, or if you're new to this or you're just not so strong, you can just press that. It'll scare the shit out of you, but it'll work. Okay, that's just your basic how-to with your shotgun. Some shotguns are a little bit different. Size, the way they work, as far as this mechanism right here, as far as your trigger system goes, but as far as the safety goes, it's all the same. You always trigger discipline, always check to see if it's loaded, always treat it like it's loaded, and make sure you know where your barrel's pointed at all times. Okay, so shotguns are going to take 3 shells, 3 rounds, plus it's illegal to hunt with any more than 3. For you new duck hunters, make sure you buy still shot, because it is illegal to shoot ducks with lead shot. Alright, so this is how I like to load my gun, and it is honestly the easiest way. Alright, so gotta make sure you hear the click. If you don't hear the click and you release it, it will come back in here, and then it's a mess to try to get out. Alright, you put 2. Okay, same way you check it, same way you load it. Back. Okay, that's gonna hold it just like normal. then you can load your third one in. Make sure you hit the click. That's it. Now you're completely loaded and you're ready to go. Once again, make sure you know where your barrel is and make sure your safety is on. This is how I like to unload it. This is the simplest way to me. Alright, you want to do one at a time. Your one's going to come out. Stick it in your pocket or wherever. Third one. There we go. There's all three. You want to double check? Go ahead in there and look in and double check it. Safety's always on. Your barrel's facing away from people or anything that you don't want to be shot. You close it up. Make sure there's no left in there. You're good to go. Alright, our gun is loaded, and another little safety thing is wear earplugs. I wish I would have listened when I was younger and wore earplugs. My hearing would be a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and start wearing earplugs, so maybe what I have left don't get completely shot by the time I'm 30. Shot. I said shot as a joke. But yeah, make sure you wear earplugs. These are cheap. They're like, you can get the big packs, orange ones. You can get the big muffs. These were like, for two, it was like $3. Super cheap. Put your earplugs in before you shoot. Next, I'm gonna show Laken the basics on just how to get her confidence up with this shotgun, to show her that it won't hurt her. She holds it right in her shoulder, and just to hit a basic target on the ground. I'm gonna just demonstrate real quick what I want her to do, and then I'm gonna let her do it. You want to make sure you hold your shotgun right here, this part of your shoulder. This will absorb it better, you get your shot better, and you won't hurt yourself if you hold it tight up against that part of your shoulder. Not here, definitely not on your collarbone, not down here, right here in the nook of your shoulder. Okay? You want to hold it there, right in the nook of your shoulder. You want to put it firm. You don't want it loose or off your shoulder. It's going to kick back and give you a big bruise. Okay? You want to put your dominant eye. Obviously, I'm right dominant, so I've got a right-handed shotgun. Alright? You're going to put your cheek up, line it up, and you're going to squeeze the trigger. So I got a two-sight line, so I've got to make sure I line this front sight up with my back sight, and that's going to give me a straight and accurate shot. This front sight, you can get it in multiple different colors. I actually prefer orange, but my orange one broke, so I put the green one on. It's just what my eye picks up best. Alright, so she very successfully blew that target up off the ground, so I'm confident that she can kill a duck on the water. So the next thing is we're going to shoot a skeet in the air, which is a little more complicated, and obviously it's going to be a lot more complicated with the duck that moves faster. So you have your target object, and depending on the wind that day and which way they're flying, it might affect it, but you're going to want to either put your sight a little bit in front of the object, so by the time you squeeze the trigger and the spray gets out there, you'll actually connect with your target. Or if it's kind of staying still, you obviously want to put your sights right on the target. If it's falling down, you want to put it just a little bit under the target. So you just kind of use the common sense thing. It's going left, aim a little bit left of it. It's going right, aim a little bit to the right of it. If it's kind of floating in there, you know how they hover a little bit, aim right out. If they're coming down, aim a little bit below them, vice versa. And depending on the wind that day, it can actually affect your spray pattern. You might have to aim a little bit further away or a little bit closer to them, but you'll figure it out as the day goes on. Now, I'm definitely no crack shot here, but I'm going to attempt to show y'all how to shoot a skeet and hopefully at least hit it. That'd be a little embarrassing on camera to miss.
Oh. I got it.
Hit it though.
Do another one.
See if I can throw it again. Quack, 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 quack. I got a chip of it though. I wang them. Winged them. That's good practice though. I never know where it's gonna go. Yeah. Okay. good one. How's it going? Alright, let's see if Laken can remember anything.
Okay, safety's on.
Okay.
Check the barrel. Alright. Alright. You take this.
Mm-hmm.
Stop me if I'm doing something wrong.
No, as long as you know where your barrel's pointed at all times.
Alright. Safety's on. And put this in here.
Yep.
Until it clicks.
Yep. That's a click.
Okay. Get another one. You put it in until it clicks.
Yep, it's
Okay.
click.
And you flip it over.
Put it on your hip. Just like you would be checking
Okay.
it. Go
And
ahead,
then
all the way back. There you go.
Okay.
Now just reach underneath. Reach underneath and
oh gosh. Oh.
that's alright. Now one more left.
Alright.
Yep.
One more.
Go ahead.
Until it clicks.
Click. Alright. Now you're loaded.
Alright.
Safety on.
Safety's on.
Alright.
Barrel's up there.
Let me get it set up here. Alright. Alright, you ready?
Not really. Wait, let me put my ear things in.
Yeah, put your earplugs in. I know. You ready?
No.
Alright.
My hat's in the way.
Don't think about it, both eyes open.
Okay.
A little bit behind it.
That bird
Safety
got
on.
away.
Take your time and aim. Think about where the sight needs to go, okay? A little bit behind it. A little bit behind it.
No.
Alright, you ready? Hey, you touched it. Safety on. Alright guys, I think that's enough for the day. We went through about 1.5 boxes of shells. Got Laken introduced to the shotgun and doing a little skeet shooting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you continue to watch us as we go through this journey of, you know, duck hunting throughout the season, teaching Laken how to do it, possibly helping other people learn how to do it, kind of reintroducing myself how to do it because it's been a while. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to follow along. Until then, tight lines.
Man, these guys are killing me.